Okay, greetings one and all, and welcome to day number 4. Could you believe it? We reached the day number 4 already. Day number 4, week 1, fall 2024 of our journey together. That's day number 4, week 1 of fall 2024, and it's definitely a delight to have each and every one of you inside of these classes. I trust that each and every one of you had a very good day today, and we are going to begin with our topic for the day. We're going to start off with maths for about 2 hours until 8, and then we're going to go to social studies and then religious studies. And so let's begin. Let's head up. My name is Mr. Petit. Today is Thursday. Today is the 5th of September. The subject that we're doing is mathematics. The theme is set theory, and we're going to be looking at universal set and complement of a set. That's what we're going to be looking at today, universal set and complement of a set. We've been on this journey of set theory for the past week, and I want to ask the question, when I say set, what do we mean by a set? What is a set? In your own words, what is a set?
Union.
Set is a group of things.
A group of things.
A group of things.
A group of things, right? A group of things. A group of things, we call them, what do we call the things or the items or the objects in a set?
Elements.
Elements. Very good. We call them elements. We call them elements of a set, right? And so if we were to draw a set, right? Let's say if we were to draw a random set, right? So we have the set that we draw, and the set has some things in it, right? Would we say we call the things again that's inside of the set? What we call them?
Elements.
Very good. We call them the elements of a set, right? Or the members of a set. And the symbol that we use to represent an element of is this symbol, right?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yes,
This is an element of. So if this is an element of, what does this symbol mean? What does this symbol?
Not an element.
Not an element. Not an element of. So this means it's an element of. This is not an element of. And then we have this symbol right here, which means what?
None.
Null set or empty set. Very good. And then we have this symbol right here, which is what?
Curly bracket.
What does it?
Empty.
But what does this mean though?
Empty.
Empty set. That means empty set as well. So if it has just curly brackets with nothing inside, it's also an empty set. Now let me ask a question. If we have a set that just has, say, one item inside of it, what do we call that set?
Singleton set.
Singleton set. Very good. And not yesterday, I think that was Tuesday, we dealt with this symbol and we dealt with this symbol. What did this mean?
Intersection.
Well, what is this one?
Intersection.
And what is this one?
Union.
Union. Very good. Now today, thank you. Now today we're going to be looking at a very important set, which is, well, two important sets. And we have it right there, the universal set, and then we're going to be looking at the complement of a set. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. So let's write this down. So the universal set is the largest set, right? That is, if you want to put it in your mind, what is a universal set? It's universal. Like when you think about the universe, what do you think about? Think about like what?
Infinity.
Everything in the world. Everything in the world, right? So the universal set is the largest set. It is a set. So the universal set is a set that contains all the objects. Write this down for me, please. Make sure I write this down for me, please. So you're writing this down, or elements under consideration. Where's Justin? Justin Shepard.
Yes, sir.
Are you here?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand what we're doing so far for this week?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Positive.
Okay, so make sure that if you do not understand, you let me know. And if you have any questions, you let me know, okay? Don't just be there and you don't understand and you're not telling me, okay?
Yes, sir.
Good. So the universal set is a set that contains all the objects or elements under consideration for a particular problem or context. Nevaeh Stewart, where's Nevaeh? Where's Nevaeh Stewart? Are you there, Nevaeh? So it is the largest set in the context. So which set is the largest set out of all the sets that we have in a given problem?
Universal set.
The universal set. So that means if we have a problem and we're looking at a problem, looking at whatever set problem that we're looking at, the universal set is going to be the biggest one. It's going to be the biggest set. All right. It's going to be the largest one. So that what that means is if you were any set, would you like to be the universal set?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's the largest one, right? It's the biggest. Largest set in context encompassing everything relevant to the discussion. Right? A universal set. So how do we represent this universal set, right? How can we represent? Who said that? Tavana?
Like that E symbol thing.
That E symbol thing?
The curly E.
A curly E? All
I don't know
right.
how to describe it, but
You don't know how to describe it?
The symbol that shaped like a crotchet note, a crotchet rest, I should say, and
Oh.
music.
Okay. All right. Tavana said something. It's Tavana.
Crossway 8.
A crossway 8. I like that. Tavana. Where's Tavana?
big box.
Yes, sir.
Not Devana. No, it's Tavana.
The infinity sign.
Say the infinity sign. Where's Tavana?
I'm right here.
All right, you have to speak in the mic because you sound far.
I'm right here.
Okay, what you said? What was your answer? You said
I said fancy E or uppercase U.
a fancy E or uppercase U. I like that answer. So one way you now don't confuse this with the union, right? But we could use, so let's write this down. The universal set, there are 3 ways. How many ways?
3.
3 ways that I'm going to teach you to represent the universal set. 3 ways. 3. 1, 2, 3. So the first one is a way you could use it. This comes on your exam too. But you have to know all 3 ways. So the universal set is usually denoted by the capital letter U, right? So now you must not confuse this with the union, right? And you're not gonna confuse it with the union because they're gonna be in different parts of the diagram anyway. So you won't confuse it with union. But we use an uppercase U to denote the universal set. That's one way, right? So one way to denote the universal set or to represent the universal set is to use an uppercase U. So you can see if we have, let me just draw this freehand. If we have our universal set, which is represented by this rectangle, and we have 2 sets inside of our universal set, right? We're gonna call this set A, and we're gonna call this set B. We can represent the universal set by what? We're just gonna say a U here, right? A big U. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good,
Yes, sir.
good. So
Yes, sir.
one way to represent the universal set is a capital U. Now after that, we go into Greek, right? And so the letters of it I'm gonna show you are Greek letters that can be used to represent the universal set. So U is is one way we represent the universal set, but there's another letter we could use to represent the universal set. And that letter is a Greek letter, the Greek letter epsilon. So also, let me note this down. Also, sometimes it is denoted by, some people call this the fancy E, right? But it's really epsilon, right? And it's not the E that you use for the element of. It's a different type of E. Let me enlarge it for you to see it. So you just see how it look.
Looks like a 3, but opposite.
Yeah, it looks like a 3. Let me enlarge this so you could see it properly. All right, come on. We call this letter, this Greek letter, epsilon. So let me spell it for you. So we call this epsilon. E P S I L O N. So that means that if you have a set, right? So you have this rectangle, right? And the rectangle represents the universal set. And you have your two sets inside. We can call this one A. We're going to call this one B. We can represent the universal set with the symbol what? We call the symbol?
Epsilon.
Epsilon, right? So if you say epsilon, we know exactly what you're talking about. So far we have two ways to represent the universal set. One, we could use what?
Capital letter.
The capital letter what?
Capital letter U.
Capital
U.
letter U. Capital letter U. And then the next way is we could use what?
Epsilon.
The Greek letter epsilon, right?
Epsilon.
Epsilon.
Epsilon. Good. So also sometimes denoted by epsilon, by this E-looking symbol or backwards 3, which is the Greek letter. Just the Greek letter epsilon. So underline that, highlight that, whatever you want to do with that. It's up to you. So epsilon is another way, let me use a different color, that we could use, that we could represent the universal set. By the way, inside of this lesson, the one that I would use the most is epsilon, okay? Okay, now another one. Next, well, there's also another way. So we can represent the universal set by using, remember that curly looking E that we had? Remember that one? Like a funny looking, that's the one that
It was like an E with a pogo with a long leg.
Yeah, it's like an E with a long leg. So we could also represent the universal set using this symbol. So let me show you the symbol. This is so huge. This symbol can also be used to represent the universal set. I don't know if y'all could see it properly, but it looks like, let me make it smaller so y'all could actually see it when I enlarge the PowerPoint. So this actually is the Greek letter. We call this, anyone can pronounce this? I'm gonna tell you how it is. Pronounce this for me. What do you think this is?
Psi.
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 Psi. Yeah. Psi or Xi, right?
Xi.
Xi. So this is the Greek letter xi, and we could use this to represent the universal set. I'm only going to use this one. I like to use this one when I'm drawing the Venn diagram. So this is my favorite one to use when we're drawing the Venn diagram. It just look funny. It just look fancier. But in terms of when we're actually going to be doing the work, I'm going to use epsilon because epsilon is just easier to write instead of this. But whenever we draw the Venn diagrams, you're going to see Mr. Petit typically use xi instead of epsilon because that's my favorite one when doing stuff like this, when doing the Venn diagram. All right, so either one could work. We could use the capital U. What else could we use?
The Greek
Xi.
letter epsilon.
The Greek letter epsilon. And what else could we use?
And the
Or we could
Greek
use
letter-
what?
And the Greek letter xi.
And the Greek letter psi. All right. Good.
Psi kind of look like a crotchet note,
It looked like a,
a crotchet rest.
oh, okay. That's for those people who do music, and for us who do not do music, like we do not know what you're talking about. But for those who do music, then they could understand exactly what you mean. All right. So let's write that down. Let me erase everything. We don't need this. So we can represent the universal set by using, now let me copy and paste this here. By using this letter. Now you need to cooperate with me now. Come on. Good. By using that. This is the Greek letter xi, pronounced xi. That's how we pronounce it in English. Xi. All right. So we could use xi or we could use epsilon. All right. Out of the three, which one is your favorite one to use? Which one is your favorite one?
Epsilon.
Xi.
Xi,
The Greek.
xi,
Greek letter Xi.
Epsilon.
epsilon.
If I try to write it quickly, or
Psi.
All right.
I'll
But-
use the U because I can't draw.
You use the U because you can't draw. Okay. All right, no problem. Okay, good. So now let's actually do psi. Okay, cool. Let's start off with an example then. So remember, the universal set is the smallest or largest set.
largest.
The largest set. It's the largest set, and the universal set contains all of the sets, right? All of the sets. It is contained inside the universal set. All right. So if I have two sets, and I want to figure out what the universal set is associated with those two sets, then I need to whatever universal set I have, it must have all of the letters or all of the numbers that is inside both sets. So let's do this example. So example, in each case, write this down for me, please. In each case, determine the universal set. Is Nateo here? Associated with two sets, with the two sets.
You missed out the each.
Thank you. In each case. In each case. So in each case, we want to determine the universal set that is associated with each of these things, right? So let's go. Number part A. Let's say we have this set A, which has the numbers 1, 2, 3, right, inside of it. And let's say that we have set B. And set B has, say, 7, 8, and 9. My question is, what is epsilon? What is going to be the universal set, right? Now remember, the universal set must contain what? All of the members inside of both sets. So whatever your universal set is, it have to contain all of the elements in both A and B, right? In order for it to be the universal set, it have to have all of the elements, all right? So what
Basically a union.
it's now the universal set. Okay, that's a good question. The universal set, something like the union, but the universal set is bigger than the union. It could be bigger than the union. It don't have to be only the union. Okay, and we'll look at an example. Yeah, go ahead.
Question. When you say it could be bigger than the union, you mean
Mhm.
it with numbers or elements even outside of the circle but in the box?
Oh wow, so you're yes, head of the class, top of the class. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Because the universal set, those elements that are inside the circle would be inside the union, but those elements on the outside of the circle would not be a part of the union, but it's still a part of the universal set. Okay. So let's go ahead and write the universal set. So what's going to be in the universal set? Remember, it's the biggest set that contains all of the elements in both sets. So we're gonna have what? Help me out with this.
2, 3, 7, 8, and 9.
1, 2, 3,
3,
7,
7,
8,
8,
7, 8,
8.
9. Very good. And that's the universal set. Now, mind you, so that's the universal set for this particular question, right?
Come now, not Matthew, come this way. I want to give you a food.
Is this like the union?
Say it again. Someone
Isn't
said
this like the union?
it's very similar to the union, right? But the universal set doesn't always have to be the union. It could be bigger than the union. But in this case, with this simple example, it will be similar to a union. It will, in fact, it will be equal to the union of both sets. All right, let's do another example. So let's say we have, by the way, this is the smallest universal set that you could use for this particular, for these two sets, right? We could find another universal set that's bigger than this, but it must have all of the elements in both sets. So this is actually the smallest universal set associated with these two sets, right? So you need to have at least these numbers in order for it to be the universal set for A and B. Okay, let's look at something else. So let's say if we have another one. Now, let's say we have the set A, which contains 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? And let's say that you have set B, which contains, is Nateo here? Is Nateo here? So you have set B, which contains, how about Ahmad and, good afternoon.
Can you hear me?
I could hear you.
Yeah, I'm a bit late, so can you explain one or two things to me, please?
Yeah, no.
So modern theory.
Okay, Ahmad and Antio, y'all there? Okay, good. And yes, ma'am, no problem, Miss Cash. I'll explain it right now. So B is 6, 10, and 12. So when we say the universal set, by the way, I want you to answer inside the chat. What do you think the universal set is going to be? Put your answer inside the chat for me.
The chat is disabled.
The chat is disabled? Oh,
I sent you the note, by the way.
Disabled.
It's disabled? Okay, my bad. I keep on forgetting I have to enable this.
I sent you the notes.
That's Joel. Okay, thank you. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
try now. See if you could write inside the chat. Okay, answer this one, part B. Put your answer inside the chat for me. I need you to figure out what is going to be the universal set associated with these two sets, A and B. Right, what's going to be the universal set that's associated with them?
How are we supposed to do the universal?
Don't worry about that symbol. Don't worry about that symbol in
Oh,
front.
okay.
You won't be able to
Okay.
write that. Right? What is going to be epsilon, right? What is going to be the smallest universal set that's going to be associated with these two sets? Oh, you could also use capital U. I forgot that.
Oh.
You could see the answer.
I can see answer. I could see Carissa. I could see Tatiana. I could see Malik. I can see Bianca. I can see Justin, right? I can see Xavier. I want the rest of you to answer as well. Jeremiah Thurston.
I did.
Kanan.
mine.
You sent yours. Chanel. Chanel.
Yes, sir. I
Um,
send mine.
send yours as well. If you cannot find the epsilon, you could use U, capital U. I see Jemiah, I see Tavana, I see Shakira Gray. Okay, good. Now some of you are not putting the curly brackets. Is it right without the curly brackets?
No.
No,
not really sure.
no.
because-
But to add mine at the end.
No, you have to write the curly brackets, right? Put your curly brackets. Okay, now, by the way, it's interesting, right? We have to try our best to put these things in order, right? Try our best to put them in order. All right, so Delvon Sands, where's Delvon Sands? Delvon Sands, are you there?
Oh, yes, sir. I read it.
Why do you have the payment flag?
I mistyped that.
Okay. All right, so
Don't forget to explain it to me so I can understand, because I'm a bit lost. I came in late.
no problem. We're gonna explain it right now. So the universal
Okay.
set must have all of the elements in set A and B. So what are all the elements in A? Let's write that down. It's gonna be what? 3,
3,
4, 5,
5,
6,
6, 10,
12.
10, and what?
And 12.
And 12. Very good. So this is the universal set that is associated with A and B. It have to have all of the elements in B, in A, and all of the elements in B, right? And again, the same thing with the union, no repeats. Now, this is the smallest universal set that we could find. Once the universal set has all of these two elements, it's the universal set, right? Now, let me give you another one. Let's do this one. Let's do, I like this one. I really like this one. This one will be good. So A is going to be, let's say we have A is going to be, let's say we have, March, January, 1, 2, 3. So that's set A. And let's say that set B is, let's say that set B is,
Mr. Petit, we writing this in the chat, right?
you write now answer in chat, but I need you to write down the notes as well. A, B,
Yes, sir.
5, March. All right. Okay, good. I need you to figure what is the union, right? What is going to be epsilon? Put your answer inside the chat for me, please. Remember, the union is going to be the set that contains everything that is in A and everything that is in B. It have to contain all of them, right? And you remember you need to have your curly brackets. If you cannot use epsilon, you have to use capital U. All right. Now I'm going to take the attendance, so you are going to see the screen keep on flashing. That's just me taking the attendance. So make sure you are.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Go ahead.
I'm confused with C. Is it a improper set? Subset?
Improper set? What you mean?
Like I see you mixing the January with numbers. Like the months with numbers.
You could do that.
Okay, all right.
You could do that. It's a set, remember? It's a group of things.
Okay.
Right. So you can see that you're gonna see the screen flashing. Please do not be alarmed. I'm just taking the attendance. Now some persons who have iPhone, when you have iPhone, right? You have to put your name, because if you put just iPhone, when I take the attendance, I don't know who that is. I do not know who iPhone is. I don't know who that is. So make sure I put your name, because there are like literally like 3 iPhones or no 2 iPhones in there, and I don't know who they is. So make sure I put your name. Isaiah, where's Isaiah?
I'm here.
All right. You understand what you're doing, Isaiah?
Yes, sir.
All right. You do? Okay. And how about you, Elisha Edgecombe? You understand what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And
Is this just basically a union?
it is the union, but like I said, the universal set doesn't always have to be equal to the union. All right, but in this case it is. All right. Okay, how many persons answered it so far? I see Xavier, Crazia,
I did.
Egypt, Sharon.
I did.
Uh-huh.
Also, Mr. Petit, don't mind that last.
I did.
All right. Ah, interesting. I see that. So question, should we put it in order?
You can, or you can leave it just like.
It makes it easier for me.
It makes it easier for you, yeah. But is it a must that it have to be in order?
No, sir.
No, sir.
What's the only thing that what's the only thing that matters?
That you have all the elements.
That you have all of them
All the
inside,
elements.
right? Right. It's just needed if it's in order, but it's not like a must. Okay.
Do you see mine?
Who's that speaking?
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah what?
Thurston.
Thurston? Is Jeremiah Johnson here? That's Jeremiah Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Jeremiah Johnson. What happened to the work from yesterday? You wasn't there?
No, sir.
Okay,
I
so
had to, right. Yeah, I had to text you yesterday because I was having power problems.
okay, so when I send you the notes, you have to write it down though. You
Okay, yes,
understand
sir.
me? You understand me? When I send you the notes, you have to write it down. So if you miss a day, and this goes for everyone, if you miss a day, when I send you the notes, and I always send the notes, if you miss a day, and I send you the notes, you have to write them down. And you have to do the
Yes, sir.
quizzes for that day. All right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's go ahead and write the universal
Kind
set.
of keep about the curly brackets.
Say it again.
Kind of forget about the curly brackets. Just remember. those to
Yeah,
put them.
you can't forget the curly brackets, otherwise it's not a set, right? So, okay, let's do epsilon. So epsilon in this case is going to be what? I am going to start off with January. I don't know what y'all start off with, but I'm going to start off with January because it's the first month. So let's start it off. So we're going to say January, and what else? What else goes in there?
March.
March. And what else?
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. What
A,
else?
B, and 5.
Let's just put 5 one time, right?
Okay.
And then
A and B.
and then 8 and B, right? And then 8 and B, right? Now, if how many persons got this?
I did.
I did.
Not me. That was I didn't
I
know that
did.
was the
I did.
All right.
I got that, but not order. I didn't put it in that order.
It doesn't have to be in this order. Once you have the elements in the set.
I got it. I got
Once you have the elements in the set,
it.
it doesn't have to be in this order. Once the elements are in the set, you're good. All right. All right.
Yes, sir.
So the universal set is the largest set, right? Someone have a question for me?
Hi, this is Mrs. Jane.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I know you said it's no repeat, right?
No repeats, yes.
But March is also in B.
Yeah, March is also in B. So you only write that once. You don't repeat it.
Oh, okay, okay.
It has to be in
Like-
there though. It has to be in there, but you don't repeat it.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, I got lost a bit
Yeah.
because I was looking at the first. I was looking at B.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, where the numbers would say 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it was 6, 10, and 12. So yeah, it just lost me.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. So you could write it once, but just don't repeat that. Okay.
Okay, so if this set had March, January, you just okay.
Just
I
put it
understand.
once. Make sense? All right.
Yeah,
Because the
I
universal set, see, the thing about the universal set is you must be able to make, see, those elements, these sets come from the universal set. So it's almost like you could work backwards. So like how you have the universal set, you could make set A. All you gotta do is take March, take January, and take 1, 2, 3, right? And you could make set A. Same thing with set B.
Mr. Petit, question.
What if March was in A twice? Do you still don't do it?
March will never be in A twice because a set contains distinct elements. A set never repeats itself. in terms of the element. So you're never gonna have a set that have the same element in it, right?
Okay,
Because
sir, thank you.
by definition, a set has distinct elements. All right. Okay.
Question.
All right. Before your question, I want everyone to take a picture of their work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Take a picture of this and send it to me via WhatsApp. I need everyone to do that for me right now. Do it right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead. Gillette.
So I'm a late comer, so I just trying to catch on. So you have elements A and B. Is that one sum up, one set, even though you have A and B?
Okay, so we have A here, right? And then we have B here, right?
Right.
And we're trying to find the universal set, which is epsilon. So the universal set is going to be all of the elements in A and all of the elements in B combined.
Right.
And that's how we got this. Okay? That's all we're doing.
Okay, so let me ask you that. Could I sum up, could I write element B before A?
Yeah,
or
you can.
Or I have to do it in the order is A, B.
No, once you have them inside, it doesn't matter the order. Once it's inside though. All right? It doesn't matter the order.
So I could have started with B.
You could have started with B, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't matter the
Doesn't
order.
matter.
Once it's inside, once all of the elements are there, right?
Mr. Batik, you do one more. Yes?
Who's that speaking?
Aliyah.
Aliyah Davis. That's you asked me for another example?
Yes, sir.
Sure. We're gonna do it on the next slide. All right, so have everyone sent? Has everyone sent in their work? Has everyone sent in their work?
Yes, sir.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
All right, I see
Yes, sir.
Alexi Brown, I see Kaimani, I see Kalia, Jilton, Kazia.
Yes, sir.
For the notes. The rest of you, I need to see your notes. Where are the rest of you? How come the rest of you are not sending in the notes?
You see?
I sent mine.
I still ready.
I sent mine.
Okay, good.
Can you see my work when I send it?
Yeah, I could see it.
This is Bianca.
Yes, Bianca. Yes, I could see
I
your work.
sent my notes in.
Good. If you have sent in your work, put sent inside the chat. If you send in your work, put sent inside the chat.
It should be coming soon because my father is gone, so I had to send it off of my mother's phone so he can send it to you.
Okay, no problem. All right, sent. Good. We have to move on. So take a picture of this, and then we have to go. All right.
Mr. P just sent a picture to you with my notes.
You did? Good. What's her name now? Gillette?
Mr. Batik, I did send you a picture.
Good. Now, Gillette, I sent you the picture of this in your phone. So because we're moving on, and I know you need this. All right, so let's move on to the next one. So with this one, we're going to be looking at the universal set, but we're going to be looking at it from using using actual Venn diagrams. So let's actually draw. We're going to draw two Venn diagrams. So this is our examples there. So
excuse me, so you send it in the chat? I see nothing in the chat.
no, I mean in your phone.
Oh, you sent it to my phone.
Uh-huh.
It's easy when you send to the chat though.
Yeah, the chat is not allowing me to send photos for some reason. I don't know.
So you send it to WhatsApp?
Yeah, WhatsApp.
Because I still didn't finish the ending part.
Yeah, that's no problem. So the rectangle represents the universal set. We're gonna actually
You supposed to draw that, Mr. B?
Yeah, definitely draw this. Make sure draw this. And like I said, I like to use this symbol for the universal set when I'm dealing with my Venn diagram. So I need you to draw this. Make sure I draw this for me. So what symbol is this for the universal set? What do we call this?
Psi.
Psi. We call this psi. All right. Where's Ahmad and Antio? Can you all hear me? Ahmad and Antio.
That's how we get you.
But I don't see your notes.
I
for the
just send
first
you
part.
it.
Who that is speaking?
Ahmad.
Ahmad? Let me see. Okay, I see it. I see it. Good stuff. Go ahead.
Can you send your number in the chat, please?
My number? Okay, my number is 426. All right, let me put my number in the chat. Everyone. 426-8891. Write this down for me, please. You need to use a straight edge or ruler when you're drawing these two sets, all right? All right, so let's go ahead and inside this set, we're gonna put these two circles, and they're gonna be overlapping circles, right? Representing the two sets that we have, and the universal set is going to be the set that contains both of these two sets. We don't have to, but we can let's call one set A and call the other one B, just to simplify things. We're not trying to be Superman. It's gonna be very simple to start off. So call this A, and we're gonna call this one B. So label the first set A, and I want you to label the second set B, all right? All right, how many persons have this set drawn? Let me know if you have the set drawn like this.
I do.
I have it drawn.
I
Okay.
do.
I do.
I don't have it crossed though.
You have it crossed yet? How
I
many
do.
persons
I do.
have it drawn neatly? That's the key factor. Oh boy. Neatly is
I
the
do.
factor.
I do.
Good.
Not neatly, but neat enough.
Neat enough. All right.
It's
Possible.
presentable.
Presentable. I like that word.
Mr.
All right.
Booty, you gotta blind me, cause I can't draw.
Can't draw, but do your best. Make sure it's presentable. Okay, so let's look at the elements inside the set, right? So we're gonna have some elements inside set A. We're gonna say in set A, we're gonna have, make sure all of the elements fit now. It's very important. Make sure all of the elements fit, because we're gonna have a lot of elements inside this set. For now, we're just going to have numbers for this example. So let's say we have 1, and let's say we have 2. So 1 and 2, and then, oh, not 2, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Let's use 4. So 1, 4. Where's Barry Jean? Barry Jean, are you there?
Yes, sir.
You sending the notes yet?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you understand what's going on so far?
Yes, I understand.
That's good. So we have 1, 4, 5, and then we have 6. Carmelo, do you understand what's going on? Where's Carmelo?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Antonio Jennings. Sorry, Antio Jennings. Where's your notes? And 10.
I can send them right now.
Okay. So we have 1, 4, 5, 6, and then 8 and 10. Bianca, do you understand what's happening?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And how about CC Joseph? Do you understand what's happening? CC Joseph? CC Joseph, do you understand? Where's CC? Can't have from her. So we have 12 inside the set. We have 12 and then we have 16. And yeah, let's put this here. And then we're gonna have, say, let's say on this side we have 19. And let's say on this side we have 20.
So 19 and 20 aren't in sets, but they're in the universal set.
Who said that?
Yeah.
Very smart, young man. It is true. 19 and 20 are not inside set A and B, but are they inside the universal set?
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
They are.
Yes, they are. They are. So let's go ahead and let's write that, right? So for the given Venn diagrams, write this down for me, please. For the given Venn diagrams, answer the following questions. For the given Venn diagram, answer the following questions. So the first question is, question I want to know, what is epsilon? What is epsilon going to be in this case? Right? What's epsilon going to be in this case? What are all the elements I'm going to put inside of epsilon? So epsilon is going to be equal to, tell me, what do I put?
1,
1, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16. Wait.
19.
Wait, so just up until 16, right?
No, 19.
No,
sir.
19
and 20.
19 and 20.
So we including 19 and 20?
Yeah, universal.
But 19 and 20 ain't a part of A, and 19 and 20 ain't a part of B.
But it's
universal.
Very good. It's still inside.
And the union.
It's still a part of the universal set, right?
Universal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's still in the box, right? So we still have to include it, right? So it's gonna be what, 19 and 20. Now, if we was writing the union, would we include 19 and 20? If we was writing the union? No. We wouldn't include it if we was writing the union. But for the universal set, we have to include 19 and 20, right? Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
So that's the first one. So the universal set is 1, 4, 5, 6, 8. It's the largest set. It contains all the elements in A and B, and all of the elements, even that are not inside the two sets A and B, right? Okay. Where is Nateo? Nateo, are you there? I can't hear from Nateo for some reason. Miss Moss, Fernalcha.
Yes, I'm here.
You understand so far what we're doing?
Not 100%, but I'm trying to catch up.
Trying to catch up? Okay. So when we say the universal set, this one, epsilon, we want all of the elements in A. So that's 1, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 16. So all of these elements, right? Including 19 and 20. That's what we mean by the universal set. It contains all of the elements inside the rectangle. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I mean, Miss Moss?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it does make sense.
Yes? Okay, good. And Trinity, does that make sense to you, Trinity? Where's Trinity? I need y'all to write this down, by the way. Where's Trinity? Trinity, can you hear me? Trinity Stewart, can you hear me? Where's Trinity? I can't hear from Trinity for some reason. Oh, she typed inside the chat. Your mic is not working. Okay. Do you understand, Trinity? Tell me yes or no. Do you understand? So what I need to figure out what is going to be. My next question is, okay, now that you already tell me what is in the universal set, like the actual elements, I still want to know what this is. And let me tell some, can some smart individual tell me what is this?
I know.
What
It's
is
an
it?
element of
What is it? The what?
Number of elements in the union, in the universe set.
Number of elements in the union?
The number I meant to say universal set.
That would be 8 and 10.
That's 10.
All right.
It's 10.
All right. What is this saying, right? So let's write it in words, right? This is saying, let's put it in words. This is saying that we want. All right. What does the N stand for? The N is what? The number. The number, right? The number.
The number is 10.
So we want, let me write this down. What we actually want is we want the number of elements in what?
The universal
In the
set.
universal set. In the universal set. That's what we want. That's what this is saying. We want the number. Tell me how many elements are inside the universal set. That's what this is saying. All right. How many elements?
Single set.
How many elements in the universal set? All right. So let's count, right? It's going to be what? 1, 2, 3, 4.
All the numbers, okay.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So how many elements inside the universal set?
10.
10. 10. So the answer here is what? 10. Do you all understand that, or I need to explain that again?
Yes, sir.
I understand.
Okay, good. Sharon Gator. Where's Sharon Gator? Sharon Gator. Do you understand how we got an answer? Okay, good. And Sharika Gordon. Where's Sharika Gordon?
Hi.
You understand how we got an answer?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, that's good. And Ricardo.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand how we got an answer?
Yes, sir.
Good. So we had to count how many elements inside the universal set. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7, this is 8, this is 9, and this is 10. So there are 10 elements in the universal set. And so that's what this is saying. Tell me how many elements inside the universal set. And we counted, and it was exactly 10. And so the answer here is definitely 10. So let me write that down properly. So the answer here is going to be 10. So the number of elements in the universal set is 10.
Mr. Pete.
Say it again.
What time maths end today? Because I'm only in maths today.
8 o'clock.
Okay.
8 p.m. All right, so let's do another example.
Subject we have today.
After math, we have social and RK. Social studies. And then
Okay.
and then RK. Okay, so let's just do another example. This is, write this down as well. We have set A and set B. This is a funny one. Okay. So we focus on the second one now. Everyone should be finished with the first one. So write down the first one. So for this one, still the same question. So we want to figure out what is going to be our epsilon, what's going to be the number of elements inside of the universal set. So let's put some things inside of it.
Copy and paste like you.
Say it again.
I said, we're taking a copy and paste like you.
I know, right? I know, that would have been so much easier. In fact, I saw someone typing their notes. Someone was typing their notes. I think that was who that was? I think that was Delvano. Someone.
Type it.
Yeah, someone typed it out. But they could type, so they could type. They know how to type, so that's no problem. Once you have a
I
copy
can
of
type,
it,
so you say like type this instead of writing it.
you can if you know how to type. All right. So A, and once you send it to me, that's fine. So A. Oh, by the way, does it have to have numbers, or it could be letters as well?
It could be letters.
It could be letters.
It could be
anything.
It could be letters.
Anything, right? A, Q, R, right? So set A is going to contain the letters A, Q, and R. And I say that the intersection contains the numbers, say, let's just say it's 7, 8, 7, 8, and 12. Where's Levantinique?
Mr. Petit,
Uh-huh.
so will the like intersection or the set ever like have can it have like 100 and bigger numbers?
Yeah, it could have bigger numbers. It could have bigger numbers. It could have much bigger numbers. Yeah, it could have
like 90,
Even
Yeah.
1,000?
Yeah, even 1,000, even 1,000,000. It's a set. In fact, even when you look, yeah, it
You can
could.
put infinite
Well, you can't put infinity in the set. I mean,
or just INF.
no, no. I mean, no, you wouldn't put infinity in a set. No. But you can have an infinite set. I don't think we ever talk about that. But you can have an infinite set.
Why you could have an infinite set, but not like infinite, not like things in a set?
No, you could have an infinite set, but you can't put infinity in the set. Like, what do you mean infinity? What? Infinite amount of numbers. It have to be infinity of something. So, let's say the set of even numbers, right? Does that ever end? The set of even numbers? No, that's an infinite set. It continues, right? The set of odd numbers is an infinite set. The set of integers is an infinite set. The set of real numbers is an infinite set. The set of rational numbers is an infinite set. The set of prime numbers is an infinite set. The set of triangular numbers is an infinite set. The set of, what else we have? The set of square numbers is an infinite set. The set of cube numbers are infinite set.
Was this a part of teaching? Lessons? What you saying?
No, they're just telling you different types of sets that you have. It could be infinite.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right.
And then
Question. This second one, we have to write this for the given
yes, ma'am.
question again.
Yes, it's the second one.
Okay. Because I have it next to each other though.
Oh, you have it? Who's speaking?
Aliyah.
Aliyah?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. So 14. And on side we have 14. We have 15. We have 14, 15, 76. And 80. So 14, 15, 76, and 80. Now this one I want you to answer inside the chat. So by the way, still put it inside of your book, but I want you to put your answer inside the chat. What is going to be the universal set? And what is going to be the number of elements in this set, right? Put your answer inside the chat for me, please. Abigail Johnson, where's Abigail?
I'm here.
You understand what to do?
Yes, sir.
Good. How about you, Alex? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Alexander Pintard, do you understand what to do?
Yes, sir.
Where's Lamont Pintard? Where's Lamont?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Lamont, when we say a universal set, what do we mean? Is that the largest or the smallest set?
That's the largest.
The largest, definitely. The largest. Put your answer inside the chat for this one. I need to know what are the elements in the universal set, and I need to know what is the number of elements in the universal set. All right. Some persons still haven't sent me their first work. Okay. Antio.
Excuse me, Mr.
I
Petit.
sent it. I see your work. Yes, go ahead, Shekinah.
Is it okay if I send the notes like before class ends, please?
What happened?
I just want to send it before class ends, so I send it all at one time.
No, I don't like when you do that. Send it
Okay.
as you go. And it's not okay.
Yeah, so sorry.
Okay, go ahead and put your answers inside the chat for me. I need you to write what is the universal set, and then I need you to write what are the number of elements in the universal set.
Send that one too quick. Can I finish send the rest?
Yeah, you can. You can.
Okay, we're gonna send it because I forget. We are outside. Forget that part.
Can't
That
forget
was
that.
tricky. Yes, I did.
Alexia Brown, do you understand what
Mr.
you're doing? Alexia
Excuse
Brown. Wait, Alexia Brown, do you understand what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
How about you, Amari? Where's Amari?
Yes, sir.
Amari, you understand what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
Are you writing down the notes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I could barely hear from you, Amari. You have to participate.
All right, that what I sent. That was supposed to be in. Yeah.
All right, Amari, you have to participate, okay?
Mr. B, you know my answer?
Okay, one moment. I think Ms. Cash was saying something. What are you saying? Okay. I see, so far, I see Lamont, I see Tatiana, I see Jeremiah, I see Janae, I see Tiffany Morris, Delvon Sands. The rest of you who have not sent in your work, you have to send it. I see Anthony sent Remy.
I sent mine. What
I
about mine?
see Cleveland, yeah, I see yours. I see Kanan.
I already sent mine.
Okay. I see Xavier. I do not see Nateo. Nateo, where's Nateo?
Have you seen mine?
Monique, yeah, you want to say her?
Have you seen mine?
Yeah, Shalik, yep. Sent.
I sent all them.
You sent yours, Jeremiah? Okay, good. Okay, so who all have sent it so far? I see Malik Rule. The rest of you need to send it. Delvon, yeah, good. So you need to tell me what's in the universal set and tell me what's inside the number of elements in the universal set.
You want us to tell you it now?
No,
I'm
in the chat. Where is Anthony St. Remy? Are you there? Where's Anthony?
I'm here.
Anthony, are you paying attention?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
Does you know how your mommy go?
Yes, sir.
And your name is Ethan what? What do they also call you? Ethan what?
Just Ethan.
Ethan, what's your last name?
St. Remy.
St. Remy, okay. Did you send in your notes, Ethan?
Not yet. I have to send it to my mother, but she's not answering the phone right now.
Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and actually do it. So what's going to be inside of this universal set?
A, Q, R, 7,
Q,
8, 12,
R, 7,
8, 12,
8, 12.
X, Y,
Wait, Bianca,
and 80.
you have something blowing in the background. It's so loud. So you gotta deal with that. 7, 8, 12. What else?
A, Q,
X, Y,
R,
X,
7,
Y,
8, 12, X, Y,
Z,
E, 14,
14, 15,
76,
80, and 80.
76. And what else?
And 80.
And 80.
80.
And 80. Very good. And 80. So we have AQR 7, 8, 12, X, Y, Z, 14, 15, 76, and 80. Next.
I got that right.
Wait, by the way, how many persons got that right? Do not lie. Don't lie.
I got it.
I did. I sent it in the chat.
Me, I got that right.
I got it right.
I got that right.
Very good.
Y'all don't lie now.
Don't lie. No lying.
I did.
Okay. Now, how many elements in the universal set?
9.
9. 9.
13.
9.
12.
Not
13.
12?
13.
7?
12.
12?
9.
9?
You don't count the set at the
7.
bottom.
7.
You don't count the
Counting
set to
was
the
not
bottom.
letters.
Whoa. Wow. I am surprised. I am hurt. I am hurt. What is it? Is it what? 7? 9?
13.
Numbers. No, it's asking for the numbers, not the letters.
Wow. Wow. Okay,
Tom,
Pamela.
a lot of people got this wrong.
All right. What does the universal set contain?
Everything.
Everything. All of the numbers, all of the elements, right? So let's count. So let's count, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do we stop?
No.
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 We do not stop. 9. And what else? 10. 1 moment. 11, 12,
and 13.
and 13.
13.
13. Who all had 13? Let me hear you. Who all had 13?
I did.
I
did.
13.
I did.
In the chat.
I
said
confused. I thought you said you don't count the bottom set.
That's for the union. But for the universal set, it contains all.
Mr. Batik, you very tricky.
That's tricky.
You're very tricky.
Okay, let's look at the left hand side, right? Did we include everything in the left hand side? So look, this is 1, this is 2.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, this
Yes,
is 3.
we did.
This is 4. This is 5. This is 6. This is 7. This is 8. This is 9, and this is 10.
10.
So we did do it for the last part as well, right? So you do
Well,
count.
that's tricky for
That's
me.
tricky. That's no problem. Now you learn, and so I catch you again. So when we come to the grade exercise, I'm sure you can get it right.
Yes, I will.
I know. All right. So send this to me, please. Take a picture of this and send it to me via WhatsApp, and then we can go to the grade exercise. Huh?
What, Mr. Petit,
Uh-huh.
you say you don't include all, which
Oh,
when you're doing with sets,
when you're doing the union. When you're doing the union,
but you don't include everything.
you only include
union
yeah, when you
in the circle.
yeah, you only include the ones in the circle when you're doing the union. Okay? But when you're doing the universal set, you have to include.
Union.
Yeah.
Because it's the universal. We're counting everything.
Yeah, now you count everything.
Mr. Petit.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So the union is specifically asks for what in A and B, but
Yes.
the universal set just saying I want everything.
Very good. Very good. You just summarized the whole lesson. Thank you. All right, good. Please take a picture of this and send it to me via WhatsApp. I need everyone to send in their work. Some people are still not sending their work. I have Logan, I have Kanan, I have Chatina, I have Miss Cash, I see I have Amari, Tiffany. But who's that speaking?
Samad.
Jamad? Ahmad. Let me see. When you send this?
Just send it.
Just send it. Let me check. Ahmad. All right. No, I just see the first one. Oh, I see the second one. I see it. Okay, I see it. Good.
Mr. Petit.
Yes,
I do it
Jeremiah.
every time.
Are you telling the truth or are you just making that up?
Are you telling the truth? Because remember I sent it last time.
Okay, good. So I need you to also, if you have disappearing, please, if you have disappearing images on your phone, please take that off because then I'm not going to be able to see your messages. So if you have disappearing feature, take that off your phone, please. Turn it off. All right, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp.
Already did that.
That's good.
If I type it out, I have to email it to you then.
If you type it out, just you have to be able to take a screenshot of it and send it to me.
Well, I'll be typing on the computer.
Or you can take a picture. Still take a picture.
Take a picture? Okay.
Yeah, take
all
a
right.
picture.
Because I'm going to be typing after this.
Yeah, I mean, the only problem with typing is that when we get to the actual calculations, it's gonna be hard for you.
I'll write that.
Yeah, it's better to write. It's just better, especially with maths. Now, English, you can get away with typing, but not math. Okay.
Yeah, I think English is more writing. Yes, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
That's what
Okay. All right. So let's move on. What I want you to do is I want you to do the graded exercise. Now, for the graded exercise, this is how it works. You have to answer the question inside of your book. So you have to write down the question and the answer. So you're going to do this inside of your book. All right. Do this inside of your book.
Can I do it on a folder sheet?
You could do it on a folder sheet.
Since it's to be graded?
No. Don't do it in your book. Don't do it in folder sheet.
Do it in my book?
No, because you want to keep it, right? So do it
I
in your
can
book.
keep it.
Yeah.
But I put it in the book. That's it.
Yeah, I want secure. I want you to secure it. All right, so the grade exercise, I'm going to put on the screen right now. I need you to answer this in your book and then take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. Okay.
Okay, you getting very frisky now.
You say we have to write the question as well, right?
Write the questions as well, yes. All right, so let's begin. Okay. So the first question, write this down for me, please. This is the grade exercise. The first question says, what is a universal set? Again, you're going to write this down and then take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. The second question says, what symbol is used for the universal set? Is it this symbol? Is it beta? Is it this symbol or is it this symbol? Number three, make sure I write this down and write the answer, all right?
Excuse me, Mr. Betty. So you're writing the questions and answer?
The question and the answer, yes, that's correct. Number three, so for number three, you have 21, 24, 20, apple and orange. For B, you have mango, peach, and you have 21, 73, and 98. And I want you for number three to write a universal set that is associated with these two sets above. So for number three, I want you to tell me, what is epsilon? What is that equal to? Right? What is that equal to?
What is it what?
What is the universal set equal to for this one?
Right. Set? Oh, okay.
Next we have, for this one, we have this box, and all of the questions, sorry, all of the answers for number 4 comes from this particular Venn diagram. And so I want you to tell me, yeah, you have to draw the Venn diagram as well, yeah. So I want you to tell me what is epsilon, what is the universal set, and I want you to tell me what is the number of elements in the universal set. Okay. Kanan, you have a question? Oh, no. Zion Davis, you have a question?
Oh no, sir, I forgot my answer from when I need to be unmuted.
Okay. Okay, so question, this is for Yashla Edgecombe, what number you on? Yashla Edgecombe, what number you on?
Pardon?
What number are you on?
Number
What number you on?
Number 3.
Number 3, okay. Do you understand how to do this?
Father.
Yes,
come
sir.
here.
Okay, good. Xavier Cooper, what number you on?
Mr. Petit, you have to write this down.
Yes, you have to write this down. You have to write this down and you have to answer the questions. Xavier Cooper, what number you on?
Number 3.
Number 3, you understand what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
Good. Xavier Miller, what number you on? Xavier Miller, what number?
Number 3, sorry about that. Number 3.
Number 3, you understand what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Miss Moss, what number you on?
I'm on number 3 also.
Number 3 as well, that's good. And Shekinah, what number you on?
I'm on number 3.
Number 3. Do you understand what to do?
But number 3, I'm a little bit confused.
Okay, so for number 3, you have to tell me what is the universal set, for both of them. So basically, you have to combine all of them to get the universal set.
Hey, I understand.
Yeah, combine them. For Trinity, what number you on? Trinity Stewart, what number you on? And Tomancinia Smith, what number you on? She says she's on number 4. Tomancinia Smith, what number you on?
I'm on the last one, number 4.
Okay, Cleveland, I don't know. One moment. Cleveland, you have to pay attention. Cleveland, you have to write the answer inside of your book. All right? Write the question and answer in your book, not in the
Excuse
chat.
me, draw the diagram.
Sorry.
Draw the diagram as well, yes. Write the question and answer in your book. Don't do it in the chat. And draw the Venn diagram as well. Tiffany, what number you on?
Mr. Petit, I have a question. I have to write the diagram for number 3.
Yes, you have to write
I'm on
yes.
number 2.
You mean for number 3? Number Kimani, you say for number 3?
Yes, sir.
There's no Venn diagram for number 3, only for number 4.
Okay, thank you.
And the word is?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Can you send the Zoom link? Jaden Taylor? It's the same one, Jaden. Tavana, what number you on? Tavana, what number you on?
Excuse me, sir.
One moment. Tavana, what number you on? Where's Tavana?
Here.
What number you on?
I'm on number 4.
Okay, good. Once you finish with your work, then you can take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp, all right? Someone is asking me a question. Someone is trying to ask me a question.
I was.
Go ahead, Tatiana.
Okay, so did we got register in the chat or in our book and take a picture?
In your book, write it in your book and then take a picture of it, all right?
Write the question, though?
Write the question as well, yes. Write the question in your book and write the answer as well. And it's not okay, Tatiana, it's either yes or no, so.
Just Mr. Petit.
Yes, Kanan?
So we can learn about that symbol for B
For B?
or number 2.
Number 2? Oh, beta? Do we do beta? Eventually, yes. Not now, though.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Yes?
I was in class, right, but I was doing something. So could I have a little bit more time, please, to at least write down the question?
You have to hurry up because we almost about to answer it. All right,
Okay.
so quickly write it down.
Thank you. That's all.
Pardon me, Mr. Petit.
Uh-huh.
After write a universal set associated with the sets above, is that the element of sign right there?
This?
Yes,
This?
sir.
Yeah, you need to fill it out. Like, what is it? What does it consist of? That's the universal set. That's what I'm talking about.
Mr. Pete for
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir.
You understand? Yeah.
Mr. Pete for number 2. They say which symbol is used for the universal set in that curly E looking like thing?
I can't tell you the answer. You have to figure it out. It's your great
E
answer.
look, but in there.
You ain't seeing it? Well, it's there.
Which answer, out of the answers that are given to you.
Yeah, so you have to circle it. Which one? A, B, C, or D?
Excuse me.
Go ahead, Monique.
Question number 3.
Uh-huh.
I don't really understand that one.
You don't understand
Number
that? That's
3, me too. No, I'm really lost with 3. I'm gonna be honest.
for number 3, you have to combine both sets. All right? Combine them.
I know, but then you have written orange and apple. How should we write orange apple, or we just add them in as numbers?
No.
That part I don't know.
No,
I don't understand 3.
So you
Yeah,
have to
me
come.
too. I'm a bit lost with 3.
Yeah, because normally you have a diagram, like the one to the bottom now.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay. So in this
So
case,
when did the process start?
in this case,
I'm so
when you
lost.
In this case, when you don't have the Venn diagram,
I'm finished, Mr. Petit.
you finished, Matthew? That's good. In this case, when you don't have the Venn diagram, you have to combine all elements. So you'll have to put apple, orange, mango, peach, then put the numbers. All right. So you have to combine all of the elements, put all of them in one set. Does that make sense?
All right, Mr. B, they found the answer for number 2. Never mind.
That's good. Monique and Miss Gillette, does that make sense?
Can you repeat that again, please?
I was saying for number 3, you have to combine all of the elements in all 2 of them. So you have to make one set that have all of the elements. So it have to have apple, it have to have orange, it have to have mango, it have to have peach, and then you put the numbers.
Okay, all right. So you could put the number or the fruits first?
Yes, you could do that.
Okay.
All right.
Mr. Boutique, I'm finished. Should I send you the picture now?
Yes, if you are finished with it, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. If you're finished, only if you finish. Anyone finish and send it already?
I'm trying to draw the diagram now to do the last one.
Okay.
Yes, I'm finished. I just in it.
Okay. Where's Rashadane?
Yes, sir.
When you are finished, don't message me. Just tell me it in like actually talk to me, because I might not see a message. Okay. Okay, Rashadane. Rashadane.
Yes.
You hear me?
Yes, sir.
So if you finish, just next time when you finish, just open your mic and tell me so I could send you the rest, okay?
Done.
All right. Okay, who else is finished? Who else
I
is
finished
finished?
right now, Mr. D. I
Rochelle,
finished.
no?
I'm finished.
Anthony,
I'm just trying to take the picture.
Chanel,
finished.
Jeremiah Thurston. Who else? Who else
All
is
right,
finished?
Mr. B, they finished.
I'm finished.
I'm
Finished?
finished.
Okay,
I
good.
already got the picture.
Yes, you're supposed to write this down in your book. You're supposed to write this down in your book. Supposed to. Write this down in your book and send it to me via WhatsApp.
I finish it now.
That's Jalen.
Yes, sir.
Good. Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Where's Dior? Dior.
Yes, sir.
Are you finished?
I'm on the last question.
Do you understand what to do?
Yes, sir.
How about does the mayor live with y'all?
I'm almost finished. Yes, sir.
Okay. Is he doing his work as well?
Yes, sir.
How about Kordai?
He actually is to BGCSE.
Where is he right now?
In his room.
Okay. Dior, where's Kordai? Kordai, are you there?
Pete, I'm finished.
Okay, no problem.
I'll get him.
Sure.
Kordai, are you there? Okay, who else is finished?
Mr. Badiga, I have a question.
Okay, yes.
I'm done.
Good. Go ahead,
Mr.
Aliyah.
Badiga.
Go ahead, Aliyah. Go ahead.
After I finish writing all other numbers and the fruit, you're supposed to do what comes after that?
If you mean for number 3?
Yes, sir.
If you write all of the numbers and all of the fruits, then that's it. You can't put nothing else.
Okay.
Yeah, and so in this case, you don't have nothing additional.
Okay.
Only for number 4.
I'm
Who,
on number 4
who else is
now.
finished? You are number 4. Okay, good. Where's Kordai?
I sent mine.
Thank you.
I
Yes, Rashadne.
just sent mine.
Rashadne. Yes, Rashadne.
Do I have to draw it, or you just want me to do the work in?
No, draw it as well. Draw it as
Mr.
well.
Number 3. Number 3 goes with number 3 goes with under right a universal set associated with these.
Yeah.
Mr. Petit, I ready.
Mr. Badid, I can't see all the screen.
Can't see the thing, all thing. Okay, good. My brother.
Hi.
Where's Kodai?
Thank you.
Where's Kodai?
Mr. Pete already sent you the word.
That's good. I'm looking for Kodai. Kodai, are you there?
Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
where
sir?
are you? Where are you?
Over.
But how come you're not responding to your name?
I just sent mine.
One moment, Tiffany.
You
Yeah,
got
I was calling you and you were not responding.
I wasn't in the room,
What are you doing?
in the bathroom.
In the bathroom?
So,
So you wasn't doing the work. So were you in class right now?
pardon?
Were you in class?
Also,
Why not?
I doing BJCSE.
No, okay. Did you see your aptitude test?
No, sir.
You didn't do too well in sets. So you have to
Pardon?
you didn't do well in sets for the aptitude test. Did your mommy send you your score? Did she tell you what you got?
No, sir.
Yeah, you didn't do. I need to send you a test. So the reason why I have you doing this is because you didn't do good in sets. So you have to be doing these.
Sets. It was on the paper.
It was there. It was
I
right.
think I skipped over it.
That's the point.
Only why.
That's the point. So you have to be doing this, all right? You can't be skipping class.
So,
Understand? You understand that your parent is paying for this, right?
yes, sir.
So you can't be skipping class.
Yes,
So
sir.
get the notes from your sister. That's your sister, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you have to be doing sets. All right. And then moving forward, I'll give you some more extra work, but you have to start off with sets. Because
Yes, sir.
you didn't do well in the aptitude test, all right?
Yes, sir.
Good. All right. Anyone else finish their work?
I'm finished.
Me, I finished.
Okay.
I
But
finished.
you see the I sent the word to you.
Sign number 3.
Okay.
This was number 3. I on number 4. I joined George guys.
I'm kind of lost with number 3.
Mr. Petit, I just sent the work.
All right, no problem. Okay, no problem. So what we're gonna do, let's answer the questions now. So we're gonna answer the questions. So if you're not finished, then you have to write the answers with us, all right? So let's go ahead and answer the questions with this. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and answer. So, all right, so when we say universal set, what y'all have for this one? What is the universal set?
Universal set include everything.
It's a set that what? A set
contains all objects and elements.
All other sets.
very good. That contains what? All what?
Objects or elements.
All elements.
And it contains all objects
All
or
elements.
elements under consideration for a
Under
particular
what?
problem.
Under?
That contains contains all objects and symbols.
And elements, very good.
Under consideration.
For a what?
For a particular problem or context.
Very good. For a particular problem or context.
And symbols.
Mr. Petit, I didn't write the exact definition. I thought you wanted it in our own words.
What you put?
I put a universal set is the largest set that has everything relevant to the discussion. It contains all elements.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Yeah. But in general, I typically want the definition I give you, but that works too.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and talk about what symbol, what y'all have for the symbol that's a universal set?
D. I have D.
D definitely is D. How many persons got D?
I have D. I have
Me.
D too.
Me, I had D.
I did.
Very good.
I put A.
Yeah,
A.
I put D.
How is it A? A
I
is,
put A.
A is the element of.
A is element of.
A is element of. Be careful. All right. Write the universal set that is associated with these sets above. So what's the universal set that has that associated with them?
21, 24, 20, apple, orange, mango, peach, 73 and 80. No, and 98.
Very good. So let's write the numbers first. So one moment. So 21, 24. Well, let's put it in order. Let's try to put it in order. So
I told you so it don't have to be in order.
it doesn't have to, but I'm saying I want to put in order.
Okay, you want, okay, all right.
I want to put in order. 20, 21, 24, 73. And what else?
98.
And 98. Very good. And then what else we have?
Apple, orange, mango, and peach.
Very good. Apple, orange. Apple, orange. Oh boy. Mango.
And peach.
And peach.
Mango. And peach. All right, does that make sense? How many persons got that? How many persons got that?
I did. Did it have to be in order?
It don't have to be in this order, but once have all of them. Once it has all of them.
Got it. So yes.
Once it has all of the elements, it doesn't have to be in this particular order, but once it has all of the elements.
Everything in it, yeah.
Once it has everything in it, it's good. All right. Where's Karanique Gray? Where's Karanique Gray? Can you hear me? Karanique Gray.
She's coming right now.
Okay.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to ask if I was supposed to stay for the religious and social studies classes after this.
Who's that speaking?
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah Thurston?
Yes, sir.
You have to ask your mommy. I don't know if I don't know if she signed up for those two. You have to ask her.
She told me she's signing up for math and language.
Okay. But if she only signed up for those two, then that's no problem. All right. Number 4. For the Venn diagram. Oh, this one should be nice. For the Venn diagram, by the way, if you got it right, please put a tick. If you got it wrong, please make a correction. How many persons got all 3 right so far?
Mostly.
I did.
Okay, good. Number 4, for the Venn diagram, answer the following questions. Let's look for the universal set. What do we have for this one? We have
3, 4, 7, 37, 90, 100.
100, 2, T, U, E.
Very good.
And
Very good.
E,
3, 4,
I,
7, P, M, N,
H,
H, 34,
90, 90, and 100.
90,
100.
90, and
100.
100.
And then
And we're finished, right? We're finished, right? We're finished, right?
No, sir.
We're finished. We're finished, right? We're finished, right?
No, sir. No, sir.
What else we have?
T.
One out of box.
T. What else? E.
I.
E. What else?
U.
I.
And you.
And you. Very good.
Yeah.
How many persons got that?
I did.
I
did.
Very good.
I did.
Very good. Very
Me,
good.
but it wasn't a different order.
Very good.
I didn't realize the letters in the middle.
Yeah, don't forget the letters in the middle. Be careful with that. All right, if you got it right, please put a tick. If you got it wrong, please make the correction. Go ahead.
Listen here. The capital A and the capital B, that's not in the element?
No, ma'am.
Universal?
No.
So why you have them there?
They are our way of naming the sets. So the sets have to have a name, right? So you name the sets, but you don't put the name of the sets inside of the universal set. Okay. So how many elements do we have altogether?
13.
It's
14.
14 or 13? 14 or 13?
I am 100%.
14 or
14.
All right. Let's put your answer inside the chat. Final answer in the chat. Final answer in the chat for me. Put your final answer in the chat. Let me see this. You can't change it after that. So whatever you have, that's it. Okay. All right. I seen someone say 15, someone say 13, someone say 14. Okay. I am 100% that it's 14. Jalen says 13. Carissa say 13. Stanley says 14. Kaylia says 14 with exclamation marks. Okay, interesting. All right, let's count. All right, moment of truth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
13,
14.
14.
Yeah, I get that right. I was 100% 14.
I got that right. That was my final answer.
I get that right. I get that right.
I get them right. I get all my names right.
14, 14, very good. 14. 14.
It's a crowd of people.
They need
14.
the chat try for that.
14, 14, 14. All right, how many persons got 14 before?
I did.
Me.
I did.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good.
Mr. Petit.
Uh-huh.
I cannot stay back for social studies today because I got a call. I have a death in the family.
I'm sorry to hear that. What I'll do is I would still send you the notes anyway, so
Yeah, and
you
I
could-
still write it down.
yeah. All
My
right.
condolence.
Yeah.
Thank
take-
you.
My condolence.
I hope you feel better.
Thank you,
My
everyone.
condolences.
I will.
Hope you feel better.
Yeah.
My
All right.
condolences.
All right.
Mr. Pete, back
Yes.
to you.
Yes, ma'am.
This capital A and B cost me.
Yeah, be careful. You can't put capital A and capital B.
Let me
It's-
guess. You add
You
them
never
too.
told me that.
Yeah, but we didn't do that in the
And
example.
that just shows the sets.
It just shows the set. Yeah. It just shows the set. All right. So
Oh,
yeah, so be careful about that. Be careful.
okay. That's why you line it out with capital A.
Yeah, that's why it's capital, right?
Okay.
So-
Mr. Petit, I have
Uh-huh.
a good question.
Uh-huh.
If a capital A, can you have a capital A and a lowercase a in the same set?
In the set?
Yes,
Could
sir.
you use capital?
You can, but just don't just make sure it's not the name of the set. Right?
Okay.
So it'll be different. All right, so let's move on to, because we did say we was gonna do the complement. I don't know if we have enough time for the complement, but let's see if what we could do in this short space of time, because the complement is very important.
I think you need more time.
Think you need more time, right? Yeah.
Yes, because I gotta go somewhere.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the complement of a set.
Okay. You want us to write?
Yeah, write this down for me, please. So complement of a set, write this down for me. So the complement of a set. There's different ways where we could represent the complement of a set. This is probably one of the most important things you could learn in set theory, the complement. One of the most important ones. A lot of students get complement wrong, so you don't want to be one of them, right? So the complement of set A is the set of all members of the universal set. Let's say U, which are not the elements of A. The symbol, there's different symbol we use for the complement, but the symbol for the complement of set A is the following. I give you all three symbols. We can use A with a dash. So we could use A with a dash, right? We can use A with a bar, right? Or we could use A with a C. All of them means the same thing, A complement, right? And we can visualize, write this down in your books for me, please. We can visualize the complement of A using the Venn diagram below. And so we're gonna draw this Venn diagram, and from this Venn diagram, you're gonna see the complement of a set shown properly. So draw this Venn diagram. So we have our rectangle, we have our symbol xi, which represents the universal set. And then inside of it, we're gonna have the complement of A and the complement, I'm sorry, we're gonna have the two sets A and B. We have the two sets A and B. And then we're going to have capital A and then we're gonna have capital B. So the complement, so we have these two sets, and inside of this set, we're gonna have these elements. The elements that we're gonna have are the elements that we're gonna have are 1, 2.
You wanted to draw the diagram as well?
Yeah, draw the Venn diagram as well. 2.
Okay.
3. And 4. And then on the inside, we're gonna have 5, 6, and 7. Five, 6, and 7. And then on the other one, we're gonna have 8, 9. And then we're gonna have 10. And 11. And then on the outside, we're gonna have 12. And then we're gonna have 13. And then we're gonna have 14. And so the question wants us to use our Venn diagram. And using our Venn diagram, we need to figure out what is going to be these things, right? So using the Venn diagram, we're going to figure out what is, now this is what we say A complement. So A complement, that's what this is saying. That's what this is saying. This is A complement. Hello?
What does A complement mean?
Okay.
I'm asking if it means everything only in A.
Okay, so let me explain. Give me a chance to explain. So A complement. So A complement means, is what A complement means. A complement means, I'm gonna shade it. A complement means I want everything in the universal set. Don't shade this. You don't have to shade it. I'm just shading it to show you. But A complement means that you want everything in the universal set except for the elements that are inside A. So give me everything in the universal set, but do not include any of the elements that are inside A. So all of the elements are in universal set, but do not include, don't you dare include any of the elements inside of A.
So would an A complement set be just empty?
So the A complement is going to be, we're going to have what? 8, 9, 10,
9,
11,
10,
12, 13, and 14. Can we include 1?
No.
No. Can we include 2?
No, sir.
No. Can we include 6? No. We do not include any of the elements inside of A, right? That's what A complement means. Do not include any elements inside of A. All right?
So don't include the intersection?
Don't include intersection either. So it's going to be
So
what?
8,
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Does that make sense?
no,
No? Does it make sense?
not to me.
What
Because
you
I want to know what
Yes.
happened.
I understand.
You understand?
Over 8.
You understand?
How
So
come
just,
you use
how come when you
you
use
didn't
what?
use 1, 2, and 3? I'm just mixed up on that.
How come I use?
1, 2, and 3.
Oh,
Don't
because
say
they're in A. They're
So
in A. They're literally in set A. They're in this first circle. We can't include them because they're inside the first circle, right? So don't
But
include
this- but this-
anything. Don't include anything in this circle, right?
Okay, so
Ah,
Mr. Petit,
Yes.
so what you're saying is that the caption is the complement of A is the sets of all members of the universal set U, which are
Yes.
not the elements of A.
Yes.
This is why you wrote down 8, 9, 10,
Yeah.
11, 13. Okay.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's the complement of A.
Yes, that's the complement of A. So
Okay.
everything inside the universal set except for the elements inside of A, right? So we don't include any of these elements inside of A. All right.
Wow, that is really interesting.
Okay, so let's do another one,
Yes, it
right?
is.
So let's do B complement. So
Okay.
B complement is the other way around. So B complement is what?
1,
1, 2, 3, 4, 12, 13, 14.
14.
So B complement means I want all of the elements in the universal set except for what?
Except
Middle ones. The middle ones.
No, except for the ones that are in what?
B.
In B.
In B.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Mm-hmm.
So
When
the
you
middle, the slap,
Say it again.
you're adding the middle, the slap with B.
Say it again, Monique. I'm not Monique. Someone's asked me a question. Dendira?
That's cash.
excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Go ahead.
When you write in the universal set with the A and the B with the and there's a comma on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not when it means that when you writing it down, you only write what's in either A or B.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very good. So what that means is when we're doing the B complement, we include everything in the universal set except for the elements that are inside of B.
Elements in B.
So we don't include any of the elements in B. So that means that what will be inside B complement? Will be what? 1, 2, 3, 4,
12, 14, 13,
12,
14.
13, and 14.
14.
Right? Does that make sense?
Okay,
Yes.
So
Can you explain again, please, Mr. Petit?
Yes, I can.
this one is tricky.
It's tricky. All right.
To me.
It's tricky. Okay. By the way, take a picture. If you finish with this, take a picture of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. That's the last thing we're doing. So, and we can come back to this on Monday. Right?
Yes, I was just about to say that.
Yeah. But so let me explain it one more time for those persons who don't understand. I can start off with A complement first. So A complement means that I want you to tell me all of the elements that are in the universal set, but don't you dare include any of the elements inside of A. So do not include any of the elements inside of A. So A complement is all of the elements in the universal set, all of these elements, right? That is inside the universal set, but do not include any of the elements inside of A. That's what A complement means. So I can include all of these, but I cannot include any of the elements that's inside of A, right? So what that means, what am I left with? Well, I could put 8, I could put 9.
Like everybody else going to
Everybody else, yeah, everybody else, right? 9, 10, I could have what, 11, I could have what, 12, I could have what, 13, and I could have what else? I could have 14, right? But I cannot include anything inside of this set.
Anything?
None, no. So,
Okay.
So what about the 5, 6, and 7? Isn't that in the same element of B?
Yeah, but it's an A.
Okay, it's also, hold on, the circle is around A. The 5, 6, and 7 is in the middle. So that's the union where that's in the B and the A.
But the problem is it's still an A. Even though it's in both, it's still an A. We can't include. So the problem is, right, what you have to do in order for you to just know
That's what.
just section this off. So just section the circle off, right? When you section the circle off, don't include nothing in there. That's it. Don't include 5, 6, and 7. Don't include 1, 2, and 3, and 4.
So even that still applies for A too?
That still applies for A, yes.
So we wouldn't be including 5, 6, and 7.
Don't include
actually the number that's in the middle.
No, don't include the numbers in the middle either.
Okay, all right.
Just everything on the outside except for this particular circle. You don't want to include nothing inside of the circle. Nothing. Nothing in the circle goes. Only thing and everything else in the universal set, but nothing inside of A. Okay, so don't include nothing inside of this particular circle. Not the 5, not the 6, not the 1, not the 2, not the 3, or not the 4. Okay.
So now, visiting this on Monday again.
Yeah, we revisited.
Yeah, I really need this on Monday because I gotta go. I really gotta go.
Yeah.
Right now.
Okay, so now next, let's go to
You see the notes I sent you just now with these?
Yes, I do have them. So let's do B complement. Let's do B complement. So B complement is going to be everything inside of the universal set, right? Except for what?
A.
No, B complement. It's going to be everything in universal set except for what?
5, 6.
Oh, B.
Except for the elements in what? In B.
5, 6, 7.
In B. In B.
In B. In B.
Yeah. So we do not. Go ahead.
My mom just come back home and I go sign to a laptop. So it could be in a name, Brittany Williams. So when I come back, could you please send me clear?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
So the universal, so the B complement is going to be what? Everything inside the universal set except for what? Except for the elements in what? In B.
In B.
In B. All right.
B.
So we want everything in universal set except for the elements that are in.
I'm gonna get my father's phone now.
That in B. So what does that mean? We include what?
1, 2,
2, 3, 4. What else? 12.
13 and 14.
12,
13,
13, and 14.
and 14. But we do not include any of the other numbers. We don't include 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10, 11, none of that, okay? All right, does that make sense to you all?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
All right,
I think
good.
it made it easier how you did with the colors now for
Yeah.
who didn't understand. I think it's easier now that you use the colors.
Thank you. Yeah, that's good. So what I need you to do is take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. I need to do that right now. Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp.
Miss Liberty, do you see the notes that I sent?
Yes, I do. Where is
That's it then.
That's it for math. So we're gonna move on to We're gonna move on
Good
to
night, everybody.
good night. We're gonna move on
All right,
to
good night.
social
night.
studies.
Good night.
Wait. Before y'all go. There are
Okay.
persons here who are doing social studies and religious studies. If you're doing social studies and religious studies, you have to stay. But the rest of you,
Okay, well,
you can
Good
go.
night.
good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Enjoy the rest of your
Good
night.
night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Good
Mr.
night.
Petit.
Good night. Good night. Where is Dior, Kodai?
Mr. Petit.
One moment. I want to know where Dior and Kodai is.
Yes, sir.
Where's Kodai?
Hey. Hold on.
Those persons who are doing social studies and religious studies, please stay back. All right. So we're gonna be doing social studies and religious studies right now. If you are doing that, then you can stay back. All right, so let's move on. So we can start off with social studies. So let's begin.
Mr. Petit, am I doing social studies?
You want me to sign you up for all?
Okay.
Pardon?
Yes, sir.
Good. So let's begin. Jasmine, Rose, you have your hand up? Where's Jasmine? Okay. All right, so let's head up. My name is Mr. Petit. Today is Thursday, the 5th of
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
the 5th
Am I
of,
staying on for social studies?
yeah, 2024.
Do you know what I'm doing?
Yeah, you stand back for social and RK, yeah. So the subject is social studies. And we're gonna be looking at what is history. So the topic is, what is history? What is history? So when we're looking at social studies, it's very interesting because oftentimes in social studies, we're not looking forward, right? The things that is not happening, the things that has not happened yet. We're not even looking, we tend to not, when you're looking at social studies, we're not often looking forward, the things that have not happened, and we're not looking in the present, the things that are happening oftentimes. Oftentimes we're looking backward, right? And if we say backwards, what things we could talk about when we're talking about backwards? What words come to mind when we think about backward? Looking at what?
The past.
The past, right? Things that has already taken place, right? And that's what history is, right? His story, right? The story of persons and peoples and cultures and communities that happened in the past. But history and social studies is an interesting subject because, well, we were not there, right? I mean, was anyone alive in 1914, right? I doubt it, right? None of us here was alive in 1914. We was not here in, 501 BC. Like we just wasn't run alive. So how do we know what happened back then, right? And that is the question that history and social studies tries to answer, right? And we try to answer it, right? Our answers are not perfect, right? Many times our answers are not perfect. And many times our answers are correct, right? Sometimes we get it right, sometimes we get it wrong. And sometimes we're far off. And so that is the way or the attitude I want you to approach social studies, right? Is that we are imperfectly trying to answer the question of what happened in the past. And however imperfect our answer is, at least it's a step forward. And as we continue to study and get more evidence, then we could continue to, you know, improve on our answer of what happened when we was not alive, right? And why you think understanding the past is important? Like, what is one reason why you think it's important to understand what happened in the past? What do you think?
So you can learn about your past relatives.
So you could know your past relatives. What else?
What all we passed, country passed through.
What all your country passed through, right? So if you know what all your country passed through, you could get a greater appreciation for things. What else?
Yes.
Why is it important for us to understand what happened in the past?
I guess so we don't end up back there again.
Ah, exactly. So we don't repeat the mistakes that happened in the past, right? So it's important that we understand what happened in the past so we don't repeat the mistakes. And also we could learn from what caused things to be good, right?
So we could say what creatures we encounter too.
Say it again.
So we could say what creatures we encounter in the past.
So we could see what creatures we encounter in the past. That's an interesting answer. The reason why we study the past is so that we can, another reason is so that we can understand our identity. Because if you understand your identity, then you know what to do, right? So understanding the past is very important.
Mr. Petit, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. I can hear you now. All right, so let's begin. History. So history is not the past itself. Why do you think history is not the past itself, right? And why do you think so?
Just learning about the past.
It's things that happened in the past.
It seems that so history is not the past itself because we don't know what happened in the past, right? Like, I mean, we wasn't there, right? And like we just could look at certain things and we look at we see some clay and we see some skeletons and we see some, it looked like they was trying to make something there, and it looked like, oh, well, why do they have this thing on top of this mountain and why don't have it? Oh, maybe they're trying to build something. So it's not the past itself, it's just trying to, find a way to answer that question. Right?
Basically. I think it's the study of what occurred in the past.
It's a study of what occurred in the past, or we're trying to figure out, like, as best as we can, what happened, right? But it is about the past, right? It can be thought of as his story, history, his story. The story of mankind.
Mr. Petit, I can't hear you anymore.
You can't hear me anymore? Hello, hello, hello. Can't hear me anymore?
Your speaker gone low.
It gone low? Right. How about now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right.
Now I can.
Much better. Okay, the story of mankind in time. Story of mankind in time, past, recorded by historians. So history is the story, is his story. Now, when we say his, we don't just mean male, right? We mean generally, right? His story, the story of mankind. And when we say mankind, we don't just mean, we mean both men and female, right? It refers to anything that happened either recently or a long time ago. recorded by historians, right? And so we get our history from historians, right? And they're not always right. They can make mistakes. They're humans, right? And sometimes they have to guess, but they try to, present it in a way that makes sense for us, right? So we use the word mankind here in a general sense to mean so it includes both men and women. Time past refers to anything that happened recently, either recently or a long time ago. Dior, did you get your brother? Where's Dior? Hello, Dior. Dior, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes.
Sorry, I was talking to my mom.
Hello?
Yes, Kodai.
Yes, sir.
Did you send the math notes?
The map notes?
Uh-huh.
No, sir. I still writing them.
So writing them down?
Yes, sir.
Okay, when you finish writing them down, send them to me, okay?
Yes, sir.
Good. Where's the mayor? I don't see the mayor signed in. Is he with y'all or he's with a different device?
At the med school, you don't take social studies or religion.
Okay, so he's not doing that. Oh, but I
No,
see
sir.
him. Okay. I see him, my bad. I thought I didn't see him sign. I see his name.
Okay.
The mayor? Where's
Yes,
the
sir.
mayor? The mayor. The mayor Ford, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, the mayor.
Yes, sir.
Did you send your math notes in?
I still writing them.
You still writing them down?
Yes, sir.
You have to write them down and send them to me, okay?
Okay.
Pardon?
Okay. I mean, yes, sir.
All right. So time past refers to anything that happened either recently or a long time ago. So everything have a history. You can find, that's very important. So let's write that down. So even though you might see a building like downtown or something like that have a history, right? You see, even us as individuals, we are here today, we have a history, we have a past, right? There are things that you have done that I don't know about, you don't have a clue. There are things that I have done that you don't have a clue, right? But we're here now, but we have a history. And you could better understand who we are by what we have done and the things that happened to us in the past. You could better understand how we think, how we act, how we respond, why we wouldn't do certain things, why we do certain things based on what happened to us in the past, right? So everything has a history. You can find, we can find out about exciting
Mr.
events.
You have to take a picture of this and send it to you.
Who's this speaking?
Stanley.
Yes, you have to write this down and then take a picture of it and send it to me.
Yes, sir.
So you can find out about exciting events, developments, or important people that have changed the world. So how can we find out about history, right? Like how could we figure out about history or the past? Well, and how do historians do it, right?
I read books.
By reading, right? So one way, so how do historians, so how do
research?
Yeah, by research, very good. So how do historians or students in our case find out about people and events in the past? How do they do it? Well, like me and you, they can read books written by other historians. They can also listen to what people say. Some people such as primitive tribes relied on this oral tradition to pass on stories of the past, of their past. So that's the way how historians get information, right? So they might interview someone who was very old and ask them, hey, what was life like in 1931? And then they go to this next person. What was life like in 1921? What was life like in 1983? What was life like in those times? And then by listening to them, they can get an understanding of, oh, that's what happened. That's what happened. I didn't know that. That's what happened, right? So when you have persons, older persons, they tell stories and then the younger persons listen and then they keep them stories and then they pass it on to their children and their children keep the stories and pass it on. That's what we call oral tradition. And so by the time as a historian comes along and say, hey, what was life like in this way? So you say, well, my auntie or my great-grandmother used to say, or whatever. So it's the historians get information by listening to people who have been in the situation or who are related to people in that situation and ask them about it, right? So, or they could read books written by other historians to read about, okay, what happened in the past. So you have two ways so far. You have reading books by other historians, or you have oral tradition, right? That's information passed on from one generation or one group of people to their descendants. Then we have many sources. And sources are basically clues that help
We also have
the story.
Documentary movies. They make them like movies now.
Yeah, documentaries and then documentaries be very in depth and they explain everything that happened back then. And in this case, you have the visual information that you could see. So the clues that help the story unfold that have been preserved from the past. So there are two types of evidences or sources that I want us to, make a note of. Two types. And this is very important. So you're going to make a chart. And in this chart, we're going to put on a table, if you must. You're going to have, on the one end, you're going to have, so the two types of sources. right? The first type of sources you have is what we call the primary sources. So this is what historians use.
I'm a secondary source.
Yes, primary sources, right? And then what's the next one? Secondary sources of information. So these are sources that historians can look at to get information about what happened in the past. So primary sources, these are sources that, let me increase this font. These are sources that come from the time period being studied. For example, a person's diary from that time. So a primary source is a source that you find that was written at the time that you're studying. So let's say, for example, you're trying to figure out, let's say, for example, you were born in 2040, and you're trying to figure out what happened in 2024. And you find a diary of someone who was living in 2024, and you read that diary. And you say, in 2024, I went to Zoom classes. You know, I was driving in a Tesla. The Tesla drove me to wherever I needed to be. And so you find that diary of that person who was living in that time. That's a primary source. It's a primary source because it's a source that would be the most credible, right? Because it's a diary of the person who was living in that time, right? It's not something that's regurgitated. It's not something that someone wrote who wasn't even born in that time. You found a person's diary who was living at that particular time. That is primary source, right? That's reliable. Then you have secondary sources, right? So secondary sources, these are going to be sources that come after, right? That come after the period being studied. For example, a historian writing about a person's diary from the past or your textbook. It's a secondary source. So primary sources are more credible than secondary sources. They're just more valid. They're more trustworthy, right? So basically primary sources is first-hand information. Secondary sources is second-hand information, right? Would you rather first-hand information or would you rather second-hand information? Which one would you rather?
First-hand.
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 First-hand information, right?
First-hand.
First-hand information. Yes.
I can't see.
You can't see the bottom?
Yeah, sir.
Okay, so for example, let's say for example, you was trying to, let's say for example, you have a speech, right? So the speech was written by Dr. Martin Luther King, and you have the speech, the actual speech that was written by him, right? You have that, right? That actual speech. That is a primary source because that is the speech he actually wrote. Because he was in that time period, he wrote the speech. And then a secondary source may be an historian writing about his speech, right? That's secondary because he was in there. The historian was not there when the man gave his speech, right? But the speech itself was written in that time period. It is first-hand information. That's a primary source, right? But someone writing about the speech is secondary because they was not there when the speech was given. They was not there when the crowd listened to the speech, right? So that would be a secondary source. Even your textbook, right? You have textbooks, history textbooks. They are secondary sources because they write about things that they haven't even been, they wasn't even there. So That's a secondary source. Both we could use when we're trying to piece together history, but definitely the primary sources are more credible. So written records, for example, birth certificates, death certificates, marriage certificates, newspaper articles, diaries, letters from and official documents from the time that was written, from the time period that is actually written in, that's primary sources, right? And then we could find primary sources in archives. You can find them in museums, right? So a lot of primary sources you could find in the museum, right? Furnitures, clothes, photographs, drawings, even buildings, right? That are there from the time period that they were written in or they were built. That's a primary source, right? And we find a lot of primary sources in the museum. How many persons have ever been to a museum before?
Not me.
I have.
You have? Yeah. Only one person have been to a museum?
I have as well.
Our signatures, primary sources.
Yeah, signatures would be a primary source, yes. All right, take a picture of this and send it to me via WhatsApp. I need you to take a picture of this and send it to me via WhatsApp. Everyone need to do that for me. Take a picture of this and send it to me via WhatsApp.
Yes, sir.
All right. I need everyone to take a picture of their notes and send it to me via WhatsApp.
Just send me the notes.
All right, no problem. All right. Where's Dior?
Yes, sir.
Where's your notes for math and social studies?
I'm writing on the social studies now. I'm almost done, and then I already sent you the math.
What's your number?
4337713.
433. Oh, so you didn't use Kodak iPhone anymore?
No, sir.
Okay.
But for the social studies, I have to use this phone because my phone died.
Okay, no problem. Because I was wondering why I didn't see your notes from yesterday. Okay, so I see them. Demir, what phone is Demir using? Demir, what phone you using to send your notes?
He using his phone. I can't remember his number though.
Kodai. Where's Kodai?
1 second.
Okay, everyone need to take a picture of their work and send it to me via WhatsApp. That's right, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. All right. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the last topic of the week, which is religious studies.
Yeah, what tomorrow, Mr. Badid?
Huh?
What subjects we have tomorrow?
Tomorrow? Tomorrow?
And no class tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
We ain't got no class tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Class ain't on Friday?
No.
Tomorrow?
I have no schedule.
Tomorrow?
I thought we had it all week.
Tomorrow? Tomorrow? No class tomorrow. Y'all don't want a break? Y'all want class tomorrow?
I mean, yes, I'll take
a break.
No, sir. I reject like
No, sir, no break.
No break.
I need a break.
I do. I work and go to school.
I genuinely need a break.
I'm sorry, everybody, that I asked that stupid question. I should have known.
Come on, man. Are you trying to do that? You trying to kill us? We going. All right. So, yes, Kodai, where is he? Where is he? All right, take a picture of this and send it to me via WhatsApp.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You finished with the math notes yet?
She don't want to give me the book yet.
Oh, so you want me to send it to you? The notes.
You could, yes, sir. You could do that.
Wait, how about I don't see your Tuesday notes.
My Tuesday notes I sent. I was there Tuesday.
I only see. Were you there Wednesday?
I think so. I was there Monday and Tuesday.
So what happened on Wednesday?
I was with my daddy.
Okay. But you have to keep up with the classes.
Yes, sir.
So okay, this I can send you Wednesday, so you can write that down, and
I think
then
they have Wednesday notes. You send them right there.
yeah, I did send them. So
Yes, sir.
write
I
them
have that.
down. Write them down in the meantime, and then you can get the book from her when she finish.
Yes, sir.
Good. But you can't be missing class or die. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Good.
What to do?
All right. So let's go ahead and we done with this, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So let's go ahead and move on to
Boutique.
yes, ma'am.
My mom didn't. I don't think my mom signed me up for RK. So I was wondering if I am to stay on or leave.
This is who? Ethan Bean?
Yes, sir.
Where's your mommy?
She is right here.
Did you sign up for RK?
Mommy. She said
Okay.
she can't.
I don't think so.
You don't think? It's 5. He has to do 5, right? What else 5 he doing?
I think, yeah, that's maths, language, science, social studies.
And there's one more.
That's all we did.
That's 4, but he need 5.
Oh, okay. So, okay, religious study is fine.
Yeah, but this is fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
He
don't
lazy.
let him try to run now. Ethan,
Right.
Ethan, are you trying to run with my class? Is that what I'm hearing?
He say he tired.
Where's Ethan? Ethan?
Yes, sir.
Come talking to the mic. Talking to the mic.
Yes, sir.
Are you trying to run away from my class? Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh no, well, I have homework and I'm really tired.
Okay, we're not gonna stay too long. We're gonna stay until 9. You know you have class from 6 to 9. You know that. All right.
Yes,
So
sir,
so don't stress with your mommy. You have class from 6 to 9. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good. All right. Let's continue. So this is our last subject. So let's move on to RK. RK should be easy. Everyone should know about the Bible, right?
Yes, sir.
Everyone should know. Most of you should know about the Bible.
Yes, sir.
All of you go to church, or most of you do.
No, I don't go to church.
I actually watch it. I don't not go that often.
All right. So even if you don't go physically, you should know about the Bible, right? So that's why RK is an easy subject to do because, you know, most of us are at least familiar with the stories. So today we're going to be looking at, let me change the subject. So today is religious studies. And the topic is
Excuse me, Mr. Petit. I sent the notes off the my phone because Scotty did not want me to send the notes off his phone because he kind of is a mad and jealous person right now.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, so.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Yes.
This is Sashanique.
Yes.
So I really want to do this because I grew up in a denomination that is pretty different from the usual.
Oh, okay. What denomination you grew up in?
Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, okay. All right. So we're gonna be looking at
Oh, Mr. Petit did my favorite story, man.
the favorite story. Okay. So are you still Jehovah's Witness, Sashanique?
I am familiar with the morals and all of that, but I am currently not a Christian at all. I am, because you know you have to basically live like a Christian to be a Christian. So no, I'm not from any denomination, but I'm familiar with the
stories and everything.
Stories and studies.
Okay.
It's pretty much the same.
Yeah. Okay. So the birth of John announced. It's a very interesting story. It's let's get into it, right? So the story starts off with Zachariah, right? So let's start off with him.
Zachariah.
Yeah, what do we know about Zachariah? He was a what? Oh, by the way, one more thing. I need to put the passage. It comes from Luke chapter 1, verses 5 to 25. So if you want to read it, you could read that in that to get the full complete story, right? So Luke chapter 1, verses 5 to 25. If we had time, we would have read it, but that's too many verses. So what do we know about Zachariah? He was a
priest in the temple.
He was a priest, right? That lived in Judea. What was the name of his wife?
Mary.
No, not Mary.
Oh,
Elizabeth.
What is the name of his wife?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. Very good. Elizabeth. Elizabeth. So he was in the temple when what is he doing? He was what? Burning what?
Burning incense.
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 Yeah, burning incense. When the angel what? Who was the name of the angel?
Gabriel.
Yeah. Appeared.
Joel.
Not Joel. The angel Gabriel appeared to him. Right? Zachariah was afraid. Right? However, Gabriel calmed his fears and told him, you don't have to be afraid. So what does it mean to be barren?
Not being able to give birth.
Yes, not able to. Very good. Not able to bear a child, right? What does it mean to be dumb or mute? What does that mean?
Can't talk.
Not being able to talk.
Can't talk,
Here.
right?
Not able to speak.
Yeah, not able to speak, not able to talk. That's what I mean by dumb or mute, right? So those two words are going to come up in the story. So let's talk about the baby, right? So
Mr. Petit, you can make that a little bigger because I'm a little blind.
who is this speaking?
Lamar McKenzie.
Lamar.
That's up.
Lamar. Oh, I remember. Okay, so Gabriel came to Zachariah. What's interesting is that Zachariah could not have a child, even though he's married with his wife. They could not have any children. And Gabriel came with some good news. So Gabriel told Zachariah that God was going to bless him and his wife, Elizabeth. What does it mean to doubt? What does it mean to doubt?
Like not believe.
Not be sure. You're not sure.
Right? So in this case, doubt means that he didn't believe that it was going to happen, right? Even though the angel told him. So Gabriel told Zachariah that God was going to bless him and his wife with a child that they were praying for. Now, there's going to be some stipulations with the child, right? Certain things they couldn't do with the child, right? So the baby would
name John, and he would not drink.
All right, so the baby would what? Be a boy, right?
And he would be a boy, and his name would be John.
Right, and their specific name, they have to name him what? Named John, right? What else? He's gonna be filled with the what?
Holy Spirit.
Filled with the Holy Spirit. Filled with the Holy Spirit From what? From his mother's womb, right? From his mother's womb, right? I spelled spirit wrong. So, Spirit with the Holy Spirit. He was going to be what? Great. It's going to be great in God's sight. Right? What else? He's gonna, he's gonna drink what? Drink no what?
Strong drink / alcohol.
He can't.
No alcohol.
He can't drink no what? He can't drink no
Wine.
He can't drink no wine or alcohol.
Strong drink or alcohol.
Very good. He can't drink no strong drink or alcohol. Right? His role is that if there was another name for this, what should I say? If there was another name for this study or for this lesson, we could call it the forerunner. Why would we call it a forerunner?
He was prepared the way for Messiah.
Yes, he was to prepare the way for the Messiah. And who's the Messiah?
Jesus.
Jesus, that's correct. So he used to prepare the way for the Messiah. He used to tell the people, hey, listen, the Messiah is coming, the Messiah is coming, the Messiah is coming. Repent and prepare your hearts for the Messiah. Now, which prophet is he going to be like? Which prophet is he going to be like? No, not Joel.
Isaiah.
Not Isaiah, no.
Moses?
No.
Abraham?
No.
Mr. Petit, what was the question?
Elijah. What prophet was John the Baptist going to be like? The prophet
Elijah.
And then he's going to cause many, and this is so good. He's going to cause many Israelites to turn back to God. So many of the Israelites that was not doing right in God's sight, he is going to help them, encourage them, woo them back to doing what God said to do. And so that's a good work for him to do. And imagine being born specifically for that purpose. Excellent work. And so Zechariah, unfortunately, did not believe. Could you believe that? Zechariah did not. By the way, write this down for me, please. Again, write this down for me. And so that's why the topic is the birth of John announced, because the angel Gabriel announced the birth of John. So Zechariah did not believe what Gabriel told him, because both he and his wife were what?
They were old.
They were old.
And his wife was barren. They were barren.
And she was barren. Which means that she couldn't have children. So as a result of not, I don't know if y'all could see that. So let me put this on this side, and I'm gonna put this on the other side. So as a result of not believing or doubting, Gabriel's message, which is really God's message, Zechariah became one.
Mute.
Became dumb or mute until what?
John was born.
Until the baby was born. So that's a long time. You can imagine how they're being able to speak for 9 months. Wow. Just you know, just sign, just saying, you know, just pointing and doing sign language, you know. So when Zachariah came out of the temple, came out of the temple, the people knew, the people knew that he had a vision. Now, how did they know that? Because he took long, to come out, and he was unable to speak, right? Zachariah. Oh, there's another way you could, Zachariah made signs in order for the people to understand him. All right. All right, so that's the notes for RK. So once you're finished with the notes, then and you send them, then you can go. But question, where was Zachariah when the angel appeared to him?
In the
Inside the temple.
In the temple.
Burning incense.
In the temple. Next question, what was he doing in the temple?
He was
Burning
incense.
Burning incense. Very good. State two things Gabriel told Zachariah. Sorry, state two things. Wait until I ask the question. State two things Gabriel told Zachariah about the baby that he and his wife would have.
He was going to be a boy, and he would have been named John.
What else?
He would have been the Holy Spirit.
He will be
filled with the Holy Spirit. What else? Very good. Prepared the way for the Messiah. What else?
Cause many Israelites to turn back to God.
Very good. Cause many Israelites to turn back to God.
And he would be like
not drink any strong drinks.
He would not drink any strong drink.
He
He would be filled with the Holy Spirit.
Like
he would be like the prophet Elijah. Very good.
He would be great in God's sight.
He would be great in God's sight. Very good. Explain why was it difficult for Zachariah to believe the angel's message?
Because his wife was barren, and his wife was barren.
Very good. Both of them were old, and she was barren. What does barren means?
Cannot have any kids.
Cannot have any children.
You cannot have any kids. Very good. Why did the people believe that Zachariah had seen a vision?
Because he took long to come out.
He took long to come out. What else?
And he couldn't speak.
He couldn't speak. And what else?
He came out the temple and made signs.
Very good. He came out of the temple and he made signs. Very good. Good. And this is my question to you all. Do you agree or disagree? It's like a JPR question. All things are possible with God. Do you agree or disagree?
Yes, it is.
Agree.
I agree. You agree?
I agree.
All right, give reason to explain your answer.
Because he is God, and besides him, there is none other.
Okay, because he's God and so he's all powerful. Anyone else? All things are possible with God.
Yes, sir, because he's almighty.
Because of the miracles that happened.
Okay, because of the miracles that happened, and this miracle is an example of something that seemed impossible, but it was made possible, right? Two old persons and one with barren, you would think that there's no chance, right? But it became possible. Anything else you'd like to say about that? All things are possible with God. Do you agree or disagree?
I just finished the notes and I sent them to you.
good.
See ya.
If you finish sending your notes, then
Yes,
you
sir,
can
me too.
leave. If you've sent in the work, then you can go. Only if you send in the work.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Have a good night. Okay, only those who have sent in their work can go.
Good night,
Good night.
Mr. B.
Good
Good
night.
night, Mr. Petit.
Good night. Have a good night. See y'all. See y'all next week,
Yeah.
Monday.
Excuse
What's
me,
good?
Mr. Petit.
Go ahead.
Bye.
Good night,
Good
Mr.
night,
Petit.
Mr.
Good
Petit.
night. What you saying?
Ini gagné?
Go.
No, he's at work. I finished the one with the numbers, so I have to wait till she come back to send you
The
the
work?
notes.
Do you have them written?
Yes, sir.
Do you have them
Yes,
written?
sir.
Okay, good. You can leave.
I'm going to
Okay,
send you the
thank you.
picture, Mr. P.
No problem. All right. All right. Only when you're finished sending the notes, you can go. Yes. Landera.
On WhatsApp. If you can you go look at it, please?
I see it.
So.
Good night.
Good night, Mr. Petty. See you next week.
I just sent it.
Good night.
Good night.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit. I sent you my work.
That's Naya.
Yes, sir.
You finish all?
Yes, sir.
That's impossible. You finish all?
It took me way longer than I expected it to.
Wow, that's incredible. Did you need the videos?
I watched them to confirm my answers.
Okay. Did I make any mistakes in them?
No, sir.
Okay.
Or none that
That you see.
pointed out.
Okay. You finish all of them?
Yes, sir.
I think you're on a mission to complete the syllabus in what, 2 weeks? That's your objective.
I'm just trying to get through them.
Get through them. But most of them is you should know them all, and it's like more like review, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I want us to review them first before we go on to paper 2 and paper 3. So I'm glad you're finishing them, and you're getting all right in the quizzes, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So see you on Sunday, God's will.
See you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Mr. Petit.
Good night. Good night.
I sent my work.
Miss Petit.
Good night. Lindira?
Monique.
Oh no, I want to talk to Lindira. One moment. Lindira? Where's Lindira? Lindira, are you there? Oh, your mic muted. Okay, go ahead, Monique. You have a question.
Question. I was saying I've already finished my work. I've already sent it.
Okay.
You know what's up?
That's good.
Night.
Good night. Have a good night. Take care.
Likewise.
Take care.
I sent mine, Mr. Petit.
Tiffany.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Miss Moss.
Okay, so the question is, once I finish the quiz and all the work, am I supposed to take a picture of it and send it directly to you through the WhatsApp?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, I'm just was making sure.
No
Okay,
problem.
I have another question.
That's no problem. Go ahead.
You saw my message me stating that I wasn't able to log into class yesterday. I wanted to know if I could get everything on based on what I missed yesterday, because I don't know what took place yesterday.
Yes, I can send you them. I can send you the notes from yesterday, and once you write them down and do the quizzes, send them to me, please.
Okay, sure, no problem. Okay, well, I am finished with everything for right now. Related study and everything.
That's good. That's good. So you could go.
All right, thank you.
Take care.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Have a good night. See y'all next week. Sashnik, you finish? I think she left.
Yes, sir. I'm finished. I'm just sending in the notes now.
Okay. Which one? 'Cause
The religious studies notes.
as a result. I see.
Good night.
Okay. I see it. I see it. All right. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Pete.
Good night. Where's Jaden? Jaden, are you there?
Excuse me, Mr. Petit. I have sent you the work, and I'm finished. But my mother has a question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, Mr. Petit. How you doing?
Wait. One moment. Let me end the recording.
Sorry.